But for now, I'm sitting here with Crucial Vibrations, a band from here in Yuma. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
There's 6 of you, so I wasn't kidding when we said a jam-packed show. We kind of had to
Yep.
fit you all in on our
We
small
had
set
a
here.
couple more guys, but
We just decided not to bring them in.
yeah, pretty much.
First of all, how'd you guys start off?
Well, it was kind of birthed out of another band. I met Nick through a mutual friend who was actually jamming with them, and they used to be Irie Knights. And I came in, and they liked the way I sang, so I started jamming with them. And then there were some differences, and a couple of the guys decided they wanted to part ways, so they left, and I recruited Steven, our bass player, and actually Gary was a drummer that the former bass player brought in, but he's decided to stick with us. So, and then Richard, who plays the keys, Nick brought him in, and Gary brought in Danny on lead guitar, and he plays rhythm, and I sing.
Okay, I heard an interesting story about your drummer back there.
Oh
Tell me
yeah.
how he came to the band.
Well, our former bass player, we were kind of on crunch time, and we were going to do a show at the casino, and the drummer that we had to go out of town, someone with death in the family or something like that. So he had to leave, and we were like, we didn't know what to do. We didn't want to back out, and he just went on Craigslist and found Gary, and
He was selling a drum set. He wasn't trying to be a part of a band. He was just selling the drum set.
yeah.
So you guys just contacted him up and say, hey, why not use your drum set
Yeah.
for this
so
band?
are you a drummer, man? You know, that type of thing.
And crazy thing is, he never really played reggae music, and he has a rock background, and but he's just a fast learner. He's a great drummer, and we all have great chemistry. All of us, we get along real good, and we've had our ups and downs, but we've stuck it out, and here we are.
Okay. So, on to you. You're the guitarist, right?
Yeah, rhythm guitar.
Yeah, rhythm
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah.
And so, how do you feel that being in this band has helped you through things in life, just everyday life?
It just taught me patience, man. Just how to deal with things.
Yeah.
Not to overreact, just to think things through, and just don't jump the gun on stuff. Just
You have any good story about just one time you had to keep your patience in the band?
I think we got more.
As they all laugh.
Yeah, sure. Well, I don't know. I can't think of just one time, but there's a few good times where I just bit my tongue, I should say, because I don't know. No, I don't really want to talk about them times, but but yeah,
Yeah, we butted heads a lot.
we've all butted heads. Yeah.
But we've learned to, agree to disagree on some things, and then it's us just making peace with each other when we don't agree. And a lot of times, when it comes to like orchestrating the music or composing the music, it just happens. Nobody really dictates. It just kind of like, oh, you like that, you like this, and then it just flows. And then, it's always the times we did disagree. It was some of it was major and some of it was minor, but in the end, we still got mad love for each other, and we're still here. So.
You guys are such a large group orchestrating that music. How does that put a different dynamic on orchestrating that music and what you all agree on and what you don't agree on?
I'll let Richard answer that.
Me? Well, like Adrian said earlier, we have great chemistry, and we all throw out our ideas, and it usually comes out to being a good song. I mean, we usually are on the same page when it comes to our music, so we don't have too much problem with making up new songs.
Okay.
So sorry.
So how long have you guys actually been a band?
With this group right here, 5 months.
Yeah,
About 5
since
months.
about December.
Yeah, going on
January,
6 months.
Yeah.
And we practiced about 2 weeks, and then we played our first show, and we sounded better than we did with the former members.
So this was a lot of trial and error to get to this point.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody here loves to play music, and we're not a jam band. We're professionals, and we look at it as a business, not just we love to play. Obviously, we do, but it's we take it serious, and I always challenge myself and I challenge the guys. We challenge each other, you know what I mean, when it comes to being committed. And we keep each other accountable. You know, like we don't drink or do drugs or anything like that, especially like before a show. You know, and being a reggae band, a lot of people just assume that we're potheads or something. You know, but that's really not the case. So actually, a couple of the guys are in ministry and in their church and stuff. So there's a whole different aspect to, you know, who we are, our persona, what we project, and we're a conscious reggae band. You know, we sing conscious lyrics, and it's pretty much what we're about.
Okay, and you brought up that stereotype that reggae band, everybody thinks you guys are potheads. Well, what does being in a reggae band mean to you guys?
Well, to me, reggae music actually originated in the church in Jamaica. You know, it's a Jamaican music, but people get the misconception because of Rastafari and Rasta, which, you know, we obviously have our influence with that. You know, we love reggae music and, you know, Bob Marley and all that, but, you know, we try to disassociate ourselves from Rastafari in the sense that, you know, we're not Rastas, but we respect the way of life and we love the music. You know what I'm saying? We love reggae, and for us, it's more about the message, you know, and our message is positive. It's, you know, we talk about political things and, you know, social injustice and, you know, even salvation. You know, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel in our music. So that's really what it's about.
Okay, and going back to your first show, you had a lot of trial and error. You've done this before a lot. Who do you think was the most nervous the first show?
Well, I don't know. If you want to go way back, you know what I'm saying? I was mad nervous the first time, but when I got with these guys, I was a little bit more used to it. Me and Nick were probably a little bit more comfortable, but we weren't used to playing together in front of people. Like, we jammed for like 2 weeks, and, you know, it was cool. But when we got in front of a crowd, we're like, you know, and there was some, you know, we messed up. We were off a little bit, but I mean, that's how you learn from that. You know what I mean? And ever since then, we just keep getting better and better. And every time people see us, they're like, man, you guys are sick. You know what I mean? Every time.
When I asked that, I saw a couple of you look at Gary back there. Why don't you pass the mic over? Let's see. How was your first time playing on stage with these guys?
Very nerve-wracking.
Very?
Yeah, I wasn't used to it really, but I mean, I like it a lot, so I mean, it tend to come pretty naturally, so.
And you're the drummer, so you got to keep
Yeah.
beat for all these guys. Everybody's relying
I
on
gotta stay
you.
on time and everything, so they rely on me. No pressure.
You did a great job the first time, though.
Yeah.
So how has that gotten better?
Well, we've had more time to practice. I mean, my first show only had like 2 days, and I had to learn like 30 songs. So I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, because you said 2 weeks, and then
well, the first show with me being in with them, the
Okay.
first band, and I only had 2 days to when they found me on Craigslist. So.
you should have posted that ad a little faster.
Yeah, but I mean, now we've had more time to practice, so I mean, it sounds way better, and I'm just more used to playing reggae now, so I like it
Okay.
a lot more.
And you come from an original rock background.
Yeah.
How was that transition?
It was a lot easier than I thought. I mean, it's a lot more. I mean, it's not as complicated as playing a lot of other kind of music we were playing before, but I mean, I like reggae a lot more. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I saw some keyboards in the studio over there.
Yeah, I haven't been playing too long. I mean, in the last band I was in with Nick, I used to play the saxophone, and we never had a keyboard player, so I decided to pick it up one day and kind of went from there.
And how was that?
It was a long process. I went from playing shows with just one hand because I couldn't orchestrate both my hands together, but since then I feel like I've gotten a lot better.
How was your first show? Did you use just the fingers, or
I was able to play chords, but just use one hand. I mean, I was really nervous because I'd never played piano in front of anybody other than the band. But it's just live and learn, you know.
So did you find it hard picking up the keyboard? Because I know it's a pretty strict method to learn that.
Yeah, it was tough, but I've played a lot of other instruments before, so it kind of came naturally.
Okay. So you can keep the beat and everything.
Yeah, I do an all right job, I think.
All right, and lead guitar.
Yeah.
Walk me through a little bit what fundamentals lead guitar has to go through in a reggae band.
Basically just melodies, just scales, you know. Just little scales, just adding on top of the rhythm. Little solos here and there. Pretty much it.
Is there any little riff that it's your favorite?
All my riffs are my favorite, man. I mean, the ones that I do create, you know, they're my favorite. I mean,
So
personally.
you write your own riffs.
Yeah. I just feel it and just.
Do you guys all write your own stuff for each instrument, or?
I mean, it just depends. I mean, most of the time, like for everything, everybody does their own thing. We give each other input on stuff, and I mean on some songs, like I've given him some suggestions, but he just kind of takes what I give him and just makes it his own, you know. And there's a few songs that we do that some of the riffs were from the previous guitarist, but like I said, he gives it his own signature. He makes it his own. So, I mean, we had to restructure like I don't know 6 or 7 songs that we had done with the other guys, and it's just like totally new song because you know, Steven over here. Secret
Yeah, I don't want to
weapon.
leave out bass
Secret
here.
weapon over there.
Let's see. Can you tell me about any upcoming shows coming up?
The one in Spectre, it's gonna be at the Crest, and some other shows too coming up on the 25th. And,
Where are those at?
the one after the Crest is the Dunes Bar, the show.
Information on your screen right now. We're just giving him a little test to see if he knows. All right, so we'll be back with you guys later in the show. You guys will be playing a few sets.